Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. I have a review request from a player over on the North American server. He's currently in placements. He ended in bronze last season, but I looked it up and the average MMR of this game was around Iron 1. He's currently Iron 2, but obviously with the placements, everyone's a lot lower than their actual ranks for last season. Like it's sort of trying to stabilize. So this is sort of Iron 1 MMR. Warwick game. He goes 8, 6, and 12. It is a win. So we'll state that before we go into this view here, which would be really interesting. And why do you want me to review this game specifically? He says he feels like his pathing was really bad. Don't think I ever got Krugs. Huge problem. Absolutely huge problem. A lot of junglers have like this perception that Krugs is so much weaker based on the preseason 10 patch. Krugs still gives the most experience in gold. It is a very good camp to get. Yes, it is difficult to get. You take a lot more damage from it, but you can kite it efficiently. Krugs is such an important camp to get. It will absolutely leaps and bounds. I've seen it probably up until people just not prioritizing Krugs at all, not till Diamond Plus. And if you just get in those Krugs, I can guarantee you'll have huge experience in gold leads over the enemy jungler, and you're going to be confused why you feel like you're just so far ahead. We had a troublesome time finishing out the game. I felt like I was focusing on objectives and towers and helping, but couldn't just win. All right, I love this question here. I want to definitely dive into this really specifically. Any specific moments for the game I was trying to focus on? So pretty early, I still Zax's blue, but then died to Yorick by doing something really dumb. What should I have changed? I also lose Herald top. What should I have done differently there? All right, so let's take a look at the Warwick's runes first. So he's going to press the attack. I think this is the best for Warwick. Synergizes really well with him. Triumph, Tenacity. So always go Tenacity when you get a heavy CC comp, and this is what I would call a very heavy CC comp. Braum, Annie, Zac. So I really like this here. I just think Tenacity is really good on Warwick in general because you need to be moving around as much as possible to auto attack to disrupt people with your fear. CC is sort of your worst nightmare as a melee champ. And Last Stand, really like going Last Stand on Warwick. I just think it makes his skirmishing power a lot stronger. And this will be really good for versing champs like Zac and this Yorick, even Braum and stuff. So really like that. And you go Cheap Shot, Relentless Hunter. Love these runes. I really love Cheap Shot on Warwick. Just helps to get that extra little damage from his true damage from using your fear on them. And because obviously with Warwick you're building relatively tanky, just like these extra bits of damage is really helpful. And Relentless Hunter just makes sure you're everywhere on the map with his W combined. You're just so fast, you can impact the map a lot. You do go attack speed, armor, magic resist here. Okay, you definitely need to get adaptive in the second line of the rune stats because, again, you're going to be building pretty heavy tank and you just need that extra damage. It's really important. You don't really need these stats. Like, you don't really scale exactly. So you're not like a Sejuani or a... what's another good tank example, like Ramos or something like that, where you really need these stats to like scale up. Like Warwick doesn't really have that, even though you build tanky, get that extra damage. And go Magic Resist here, which I think is really good against an Annie and a Zac with the 2v2 matchup. So that's my recommended runes there, just to switch out this to literally just Adaptive Force, and then the rest is perfect. Alright, so let's think about right now win conditions, early jungle pathing. So I instantly look at top here. This is very vulnerable matchup. There is no teleport on either of these. Your Rengar has Ignite. Top is my focus. That instantly makes me want to start blue. This is very relatively hard to gank in terms of Braum is pretty annoying to deal with on Warwick. Misfortune is very gankable for Warwick. And you do have CC from the Swain and Jhin. Definitely can impact it. Just need to be sort of wary of Braum. And Braum's also hard to go on because if he doesn't engage with his W, you can obviously use that to jump out pretty easily. And this mid matchup is Annie into a Cho'Gath. Very gankable as well, actually. Cho'Gath obviously reliant to hit his CC first on the Annie, but you definitely can come and kill her pretty easily. But early game, I want to impact the top lane. And we can sort of see what the rest goes, how the rest of the map goes here. But again, I really want you to prioritize experience and gold. Alright, so you chuck a ward here. I don't know about this. I'm not too afraid. You shouldn't be afraid of a Zac, Annie, Yorick sort of invading on you when you have a Rengar and a Warwick. But you do switch out to Sweeper. I think this is fine. I do like that you're going Sweeper because you are definitely in the stronger jungle matchup in the early stages. and you want river control, I really do like this. And actually, talking about runes as well, the other runes that I like to go, and this just enhances sweeper even more, river control, is I like to go water walking and the new Nimbus Cloak. Specifically taking red smite with it, because it's the Nimbus Cloak. Basically, when you smite now or use any sort of your flash, you get the move speed off it, so it sort of acts as like a semi blue smite plus with the damage from red smite. Like, it's really effective. And water walking's also good, but again, I talked about it, I really like your runes here anyway. Alright, so great, you start in blue here. This is great in terms of win condition top lane. Not so much win condition, I'd say, but it's just very vulnerable, and you can get Rengar, you know, snowballing. Alright, so you do blue into Gromp. Okay, you're actually looking to go bot here. Okay. You don't have fear. It's just not going to work. You're really not a level 2 gank jungler. Warwick needs level 3. I think this is really bad in terms of, as well, with what you want to be doing. Like, ideally, you want to 3 camp topside, do red, and then go for an invade on Zac. But it sounds like you actually take his blue anyway. But if I'm seeing this as a jungler, you bot side right now, like, I'm potentially going to take your red buff. You actually do burn both summoners. Let's take a look at that again, because I did miss it. Okay, so actually Swain gets some CC here, but again, you don't have fear. Like, imagine if you had fear right now. Fear her, should be dead. But she has time to use her summoners. I don't think this gank is worth at all. You're the stronger jungle matchup. I want you to get in Zac's face. You're not level 3. And you're giving Zac options right now. But now, given this, I would really recommend you re-ganking this, because you've obviously invested some time and resources into this. You burnt the Misfortune Flash and heal. Definitely need to look at the wave around what's going on there, but definitely look to re-gank that. So now you skip Wolves, doing your red buff. I really just hate skipping Wolves. Like, it's really awkward in terms of jungle path in. Alright, so Rengar actually gets it great. He gets a solo kill on the Yorick. Alright, Zac actually shows up mid. Burns your Cho'Gath flash, and you actually see him. What was his jungle path? He doesn't have red. He doesn't have a single buff right now. This is a bit odd. He must have died or something like that. No, he didn't die. Okay. Anyway, so you know that he's 100% walking to top side here. And this is pretty good. This is pretty patient from you. Alright, I'm a little bit afraid that Yorick is going to be back here. Rengar doesn't have TP. He's basing right now. Your mid lane doesn't exactly have priority. I mean, sort of, but Cho'Gath's useless. He has no mana. So I think this is slightly risky, actually. I potentially would have not gone for this. I mean, I do like it that you're waiting around here, and you're being patient, waiting for your Rengar to come, like not just walking in head first. Alright, he's definitely being very patient here. Maybe overly patient. Okay, so you actually do force him out. Don't burn his flash. And you're waiting for me. Okay, I think you're wasting a lot of time here. I think this whole sequence of events shouldn't have happened. You should have just kept farming here. What I would have potentially done is, after that Yorick top, like, you know, Rengar killed him, it would have been room for me to, I would have cleared my Raptor camp, my Krugs, very important. Base, reset, come to look for potential bot gank if they're really pushed up. Whatever, clear your... I mean, hopefully, ideally, you actually, you won't have Tiamat probably off this base, no. But that's great, you can get a control ward. Then, if you can't gank bot, then you would have done Gromp, Wolves, walk into here, get some deep control wards in here to protect your Rengar so you can keep freely ganking top. And then you can do your Raptors and Wolves if there's nothing else for you to do. That's like max efficiency. I think it's okay here, but I think that the premise, the mindset there, like, yes, your Rengar wasn't around, your Cho'Gath can't exactly help you, but you are coming. Alright, so this must be the thing you're talking about. Alright, so you can't walk through tower like this when you're level 3. You're going to take way too much damage. Yorick is actually half health now. You're going to be literally like solo health. You mess up your E. And you do get the fear. This Yorick can probably just kill you under this huge minion wave. You're fighting him under a huge minion wave. This is, if you die here, this is so bad, and it's going to ruin your complete momentum. Just back off. Okay, you turn and you die here. So the huge thing about this is now you haven't got a single Rift Scuttler. Your entire jungle's up. The only camps you've cleared right now at 5 minutes is literally blue, Gromp, they're blue. That's all the camps you've got. So this is, I think this is right here, your mindset is like you're trying to impact the game too much instead of like, yes, you can impact the game, but you at the end of the day, you can only impact, like you have a certain amount of seconds in the game, right? Like you can't be everywhere. That's just not the way. It's not possible. You walk too slow around the map. So you need to be very, this is where I'm ganking. This is where I'm going to put my focus. And that's it. I can't really do anything else. Like, and you had a lead like over Warwick, over Yorick. I mean Zach as well. You potentially could have double scuttled him. There's so much more you could have done there. Like yes, your Rengar died. It sucks. Let him go. Take his. You should have taken top Rift Scuttler. Do Raptor Camp. Done Gromp. Base reset. Gone bot. Zach potentially would have taken this bot Rift Scuttler. Look for a gank bot or just clear back up and look for a gank on top. Alright, so yeah, this is really bad for your momentum here, and actually, what are you doing? You're not buying items. Okay, so yeah, you're just forgetting to buy items. That's definitely not ideal. And if you can't be at build Tiamat, just get like 2 long swords and 2 control wards. And again, I want you to place control wards either in here or here, ideally here, but if Zach finds out and sort of clearing it, then here, but I would start with the control ward there. What it will do is can protect your Rengar. Like, yes, Rengar, you know, had died to him and stuff like that, but that's still a very vulnerable matchup, especially pre-level 6 Yorick. Right, but I do like you going bot here. I still want you to re-gank this. Okay, so yeah, this is just over-ganking. Over-ganking, kill syndrome. You need to clear your camps. Remember, you haven't cleared a single jungle camp in your thing, like a normal jungle camp, except for your Gromp at like 1 minute 50 seconds. You've done nothing for about 5 minutes. This is a huge problem in your gameplay. Already I can see you're just hit level 4 at 6 minutes, or 6 minutes 30 seconds into the game. Can't gank bot, can't even, I mean, I would even argue you can't 1v1 this Zac right now because you have no items. Alright, actually Yorick gets killed by the Rengar again. So this is actually not going too well now for you. Alright, I do like that you base there to finally buy items. You buy your Tiamat. Love the control ward. I would buy 2 control wards here. And you go bot side. Okay, so yes, you sort of do need to go bot side for Dragon. And I guess you still want to potentially punish these Misfortune Summoners. But, like, I think this is the right move. But think about how inefficiently you've done this. Again, your Krugs hasn't been taken once. Raptors are still alive. We're red spawning. If you come gank this, Zac can potentially take all your top side. Which will... I would almost say it's not worth for Dragon for that. Yeah, this is really bad if you go for this gank here. Actually, no, so Misfortune Summoners were back up, but she actually... Okay, and then you just get queued by Braum. This is why Broad's hard to gank. You're level 4 at 8 minutes. Let's just take note of this. Okay, you come back here... Sweep in, you don't know where Zac is, and now you're deciding to get jungle. I guess you do have mid priority and bot priority in a way, but you know that they're there. Alright, good Dragon Call. I like this, but you're doing this really inefficiently. You could have cleared all your topside camps and still look to get an early Dragon since you're the stronger jungle matchup into the Zac. Alright, so let's take a look at your jungle path now. Alright, so you're skipping Raptors to take this. Zac is top. Oh, I thought you were doing Krugs for a second, but you're coming to kill this. This is fine. You're level 5 here. Not even close, I mean, you know, to level 6 at almost 10 minutes. This is definitely a problem. And the simple problem here is just not prioritizing jungle camps. You're trying to impact the game. You're feeling like... I mean, like, I don't know exactly what you're feeling, but from my experience, you're either thinking... Like, I'm a jungler, my laners will get angry if I don't gank for them. I feel like that, like, I just lose games because, like, the enemy jungler just always gets kills on their ganks, and every time I gank, I don't get a kill. Like, this just all shouldn't matter. Like, help yourself before you can help others. Clear jungle camps, clear those Krugs, then you can impact the map. It's so important, especially since the fact that catch-up experience is gone, sort of now, with the preseason 10 patch. It's just so important to continuing to stay healthy in terms of experiencing gold in the jungle by clearing your camps, because I mean a lot of people are complaining about you're 4 levels behind. It's like this is, I mean, I could dissect their gameplay and be like, okay, this actually makes sense why you're 4 levels behind. It's not because of the new jungle, it's because you're pathing like this. Like, you're actually lucky that Zach is only level 6 right now. Like, he's also not farming effectively. Like, he's obviously not doing his Krugs as well. Like, it's alive right now. Alright, so you actually kill him there, and it looks like you're going to kill this Zach. So this is good. His blue's here. Take the blue. Okay, so what? Oh, how much gold do you have? You have 1,200 gold. You're going to take Gromp as well. Yep, take Gromp as well. Alright, so Rift Herald is kind of the next objective here. So no, Rift Herald is the next objective here. So what you want to do here is, after this, I don't want you to clear Raptors or Krugs yet. I want you to base, go bot side here, clear your Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, walk up to here, pressure Rift Herald, again place control wards in here, get Rift, do your Krugs, reset, come back bot potentially for a gank, clear your Gromp, clear your Wolves, and then come back and then look to potentially break this tower with Rift Herald. Actually, I think you're going to get this organically if you get a kill on the Yorick ideally, but I mean, you have two options. You have really good tower break rounds. Your laners are doing exceptional right now. I mean, I almost say that they're carrying you. So always try and think about your jungle path. Right, this is the next objective. And then the next thing you think is, how can I create an efficient jungle path to get that objective and still stay ahead in experience and gold? That's what your mindset needs to be. Instead of what you're doing right now, you're thinking kills, 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 gank, gank, gank. And then I'll go do my camps. Like, you need to think of it the other way around. And like, that's not so much like, that's a very sort of one-dimensional way, and like, I don't want you to feel like you have to do that, like, because then you get into the trap of AFK farm jungling. But I want you to focus on that first, and then you can start working around. It's like, oh, okay, I'm ditching this camp for a reason, versus I'm ditching all my camps for like the only reason is to gank. You know, like, you just can't be doing that, especially on champs like Warwick. Like, you're not entirely, you're not like Elise. Elise is one of those champs that she can ditch all her camps 24/7 and pressure. Warwick is not one of those champs. You need to be getting tanky. You need to get your Cinderhulk. Alright, so again, you've sort of ditched your Krugs there. The efficient jungle path right here is to do Raptor camp, Krugs, base, and go bot side. Your blue's coming back up. Rift Scuttler's up. Right, I like it. You're finally clearing your camps, level 7. Right, Zach's actually bot here. Unfortunately, I don't think you can help this. Just leave this. Clear your Gromp. Work your way. Actually, clear your Gromp. Base. Then go up top side and clear your Krugs. That's what you want to do right now. Rengar's going to actually get this tower organically, which is really good. Oh, what happened here? What's going on here? Why are you... Okay, so you're... Stop walking. Stop walking. Okay, yeah, you just kill yourself here. Alright, so you're getting Stalker's Blade. I think that this is definitely a Red Smite game into a Zac and a Yorick. I mean, Blue Smite, I think it's actually 50-50 because you are against ranged and Misfortune and Annie. Alright, you're going bot side here. Dragon is spawning. Alright, so now this is different. So this is where you need to adapt your jungle path. You actually want to... So Drag's coming up in about 40 seconds or so. This is where you need to go clear your Krugs, walk down, potentially look for a gank mid. Then you can start pressuring Dragon and clear your bot side Gromp, and then look to get this tower next. Okay, so you actually lose Rift Herald. When did you lose Rift Herald? Oh, so Yorick... Oh, okay, never mind. So Yorick got the Rift Herald. Yeah. I mean, you just lost that Rift Herald, and that was your question, is that you just are not pathing around. Like, that should have been your objective. Stamp your... Like, you're the... Walk into a Zac. You get... Rift Herald. You had the winning match up top as well. Like, there's just no excuse. And it just comes to planning the objective. You're just not planning. That's how you're losing these objectives. It's not because randomly it's like, oh, like, they saw me on this side of the map. Like, yes, you did that intentionally, and now they're going to go take it on the other side of the map. Alright, so it looks like Zac is ganking this. Zac is so fast. So Zac is also not doing his Krugs at all. So I see this as a huge way. If you want to climb, like, out of bronze, get to silver ranks, I literally think all you have to do is kill Krugs. I mean, obviously, that's pretty simplified, but that will significantly help your gameplay. I can guarantee you that. Because these junglers are just not clearing their Krugs. Alright, so we get a dragon, great, we have bot priority, so yeah, your laners are absolutely popping off right now. You're literally doing nothing really to impact these lanes, you're not farming at all. Alright, so this is where you need to think as well, alright, is it worth to take this fight? Should I be fighting at all, or should I be clearing my entire topside jungle, helping this push out here, push out a lane, then we can look to start sieging mid, because whenever you're in doubt, or whenever you're stuck in a game, it's like, I can't break this tower. This is your question. Like, you just feel like you can't win the game. Like, the result of it is because you're not pressuring a lane or someone's pressuring a lane, making the enemy team react, and then you walk back up mid, and then you have moments to take the mid tower, or look to pick them off. So yeah, these fights are just not worth it. Like, I know you get kills, but what objectives are you going to get off these kills? Actually, you do kill a lot. Maybe you can get mid tower. Nah, Zac and Annie's here. Alright, nah. Alright, definitely need to back off at this stage. You're going to get nothing off this. Need you to be clearing your topside jungle camps. Still haven't done Krugs once. The Krugs are literally begging you for you to take them. Alright, come on, this is our Krugs clear. A red buff. Krugs, no. No, you missed the Krugs. Alright, so this is really good. Rengar is pushing this out. Getting this. This is really good in terms of looking to get mid tower, but you need to keep doing this. And I'm not seeing much vision. I don't think you're placing your control wards. Or where are you placing your control wards? What I'd really be looking... I mean, you have a lot of win conditions in this game. All your laners ahead. You can really do whatever you want. You can push whatever lane you want and hover whatever side. But I think hovering the Rengar is probably best. Jhin and Swain should be mid, and then Cho'Gath should be split pushing bot. I mean, Rengar or Cho'Gath could be split pushing bot. Probably ideally Rengar, because Rengar can come up for Baron fights with his ult pretty quickly. Alright, so these fights, this is not going to do anything. So, see, this is the problem. So they're right here. This is, again, when in doubt, whenever you feel like you're frustrated or stuck in a game, think, alright, well, are we pushing out side lanes? Look at bot right now. Yes, top's pushed in. None of the enemy teams reacting to it. You know, that's fine. They're losing experience and gold. If they don't want to react to it, it's whatever. Like, you go in here, you have priority of the jungle. Just keep slowly taking his jungle camps, get vision. But I want someone to push bot out here, get control of the jungle. Just keep taking their camps. If they want to keep sitting there defending mid, then you're just going to take the rest of their jungle and slowly win this game. Alright, so yeah, this is just not going to... This is called A-ramming. There's definitely a different mode for that. No reason to be fighting 5 versus 5 here. No reason to be ulting here. Enemy team is 4 of the enemy team is missing. You're under a tower. This is just not ideal. Again, your Krugs still begging to be taken. And now your Blues up, your Gromps up, your camps are just always up. Alright, so now you're going... Alright, great. You're not going... No, you are going to help. So there, this is just constant ARAMs. Push out. When in doubt, push out side lanes. This is not going to work. You're never going to break this tower if you keep walking mid and fighting like this. I mean, you might eventually, but that's not the smart way of winning games in League of Legends. Summoner's Rift, that is. Alright, so yeah, these fights. You know, sure, we're getting kills. This is just kill syndrome. I mean, your whole team has kill syndrome. This is what I see in Iron, Bronze, Silver games. Like, people are constantly fighting. People are looking constantly to get kills, but it's never leading to getting this tower. You know, so like kills don't necessarily win games. They're a tool to help you win games, but like these fights just not going to get, because everyone's too low right now. You're chasing. Everyone's low, but Misfortune and Braum's back on the map. Oh, suddenly we can't get this tower anymore because we're all too low health. Alright, so you're looking to get... Yeah, so again, Krugs are up. Everything's up right now. There's just no way you guys are going to be able to siege this tower. You don't really have any siege champions. Maybe if you had a Ziggs on your team or something like that, I could potentially see this, or a Xerath or a Malz. That's obviously not the case. Like, look at this. Rengar's doing the right thing. That's great. So let them push out top, make them react to it. You know, you do have mid priority right now. Let's take Dragon, but really need you to be doing camps. Just constant back and forth. Cho'Gath definitely shouldn't be here. The only two people that should be mid right now is Jhin and Swain, and then your laners will come up and rotate when they've pushed waves. That's sort of the macro. So coming in here, 1v3. Oh, you actually escaped. Pretty lucky. Good fear. Alright, this is our Krogs clear. Let's go. No, you base. Oh no. Oh, Krogs. You're thinking about it. No, you look in here. Alright, you're on 30% health. This is not going to work for you. 4 of the enemy team are dead. You have no one around. Yeah, this is just sort of a couple of things. Just map awareness. Just not being efficient here, clearing your jungle camps. Whenever you die with all your jungle camps are up, is the worst thing possible. Like, every time that happens, you need to, like, slap yourself on the wrist. Alright, so team's constantly ARAMing, not pushing out top. I mean, your team's going to do this. And, like, you could say, like, well, I got to help my team siege mid. Yes, let them see. If they're not going to, like, ideally you can ping them and say, hey, can you push out top? Can you push up bot? We'll make them react, and then we can walk up and look for a dive play mid or something like that. If not, I just want you to be efficient. Focus on joining your camps. You will win more games than you lose. I can guarantee you if you perfect this art talking about, you know, and then we can, once you hit the gold, platinum, then we can start talking about more in-depth things, but we need to really start with the basics so we can get you out of, you know, iron, bronze. So again, look at this fight. Like, these are just pointless fights. Like, look at the top lane right now. It's literally getting the tower. Ideally, you're clearing your bot side camps, working up to top side right now, pressuring this out, controlling, getting control wards here, sweeping, pushing out top, pressuring Baron. Like, you guys still have an advantage. You have 3 dragons. You can slowly get Baron and win this game. That's your next objective. You don't need to fight. Like, these are pointless fights. You're just letting the team get back into the game. Right, you really need to base here. You're low health. You useless. Either do your camps or base. You still haven't got Krugs once. And looks like another ARAM mid fight. Okay, yeah. You see how it's just back and forth? Like, it's like never going to end. Unless someone pushes sides, creates pressure, creates space, creates opportunities for you to catch them out. So this is the answer to your question. So I'm going to end the review here. No real point getting any further. This is what you need to work on. These are your problems. It's just like a mindset shift. I'm not thinking just because you're a jungler, you need to gank everywhere. Think, okay, I can only gank probably 1 or 2 lanes. I'll focus my pressure on that. Like, 2 is probably a luxury. 1 is a must. Pick that lane, go all in on it. Be efficient as well as help in that lane. And just do your Krugs. Super important. So you can check out my full notes of this review over on my blog at nathanmott.gg. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.